Man, this was a hard movie to sit through at sometimes. Father Stu. So Father Stu is based on the incredible true story of Father Stewart Long and stars Mark Walburg, Mel Gibson, and Jackie Weaver. Mark Walburg plays Stu. He's a hot-headed boxer with a bit of a drinking problem and a bad attitude. But after an accident that nearly kills him and leaves him with a degenerative muscle disorder, Stu will undergo a spiritual transformation that not only changes his life, but touches the hearts and souls of people everywhere. Guys, Father Stu was a movie that I was really looking forward to. I remember seeing a trailer for this movie about 2 months back, and something about it just really caught my eye. It looked like it was going to be this very emotional and inspirational story about overcoming the odds and bettering yourself. So the question is Father Stu just that? The simple answer is yes. Mark Walburg. Do I even need to explain to you guys how awesome this man is? I actually read somewhere that this movie was a bit of a passion project for Mark. And it shows too, because he owns this role. When we first meet him in this movie, he's this snarky, conniving, just narcissistic dick. And then all of a sudden, we watch him go through this complete character change where he's more humble, he's kind and caring, and he just becomes this all-around good guy despite his condition. He actually physically transforms himself for this role. It was very impressive. The fact that Mark Walburg can embody all of that in one acting performance just shows how great of an actor he is. He was awesome. I was genuinely moved by his performance. Jackie Weaver was also pretty great. She plays Stu's mom in the movie, and it's just kind of funny watching her go from loving and concerned to this just foul-mouthed woman cussing like a sailor every 5 minutes. Alright, now it's time for the man that still has Twitter in an uproar apparently, and that is Mel fucking Gibson. Do I think he was awesome in this movie? Yes. Yes, I do. No, I'm definitely probably going to get some flack for that, but hey, I'm a critic first and a judge of character second. And I say that because I already know there's probably going to be some people in my comment section wanting to know my opinion on the controversy surrounding Mel Gibson. I'll be honest, guys, I don't give a shit enough about it to care, and that's all you're going to get from me about it. As for his performance in this movie, like I said, he was genuinely great. He plays this foul-mouthed asshole of a dad who is having a serious crisis of faith. And for whatever reason, he just hates his son's fucking guts. And it's funny because there was one point in the movie where I kind of looked at him and then I looked at Stu and I was just like, I see the apple really does not fall too far from the tree. They allude to the fact that he may have abused Stu at one point. Like, for 85% of the movie, he is a fucking asshole. But what makes Mel Gibson so good in this movie is kind of like Stu, we kind of get to watch his character go through a transformation as well. Like, he makes it very apparent that he is completely against Stu becoming a priest. But the more that Stu suffers from the disease, we get to see his dad become more humble as the movie goes on. He begins to respect his son and what he's trying to do with the time he has left. Mel Gibson was great. I'm not afraid to admit it, and no one is going to change my mind. Now guys, I feel like Father Stu is going to be one of those movies that is going to be very divisive among the masses. And it's not just because of Mel Gibson, but it's also because of the religious factor that this movie has as well. Like, let's face it, this is a very religious movie with a message that is very rooted in the Christian faith. And movies like Father Stu seem to get a lot of criticism for being geared towards Christians. Honestly, guys, after sitting through Father Stu, I will say there is something here for everyone. You don't need to be religious to appreciate the message that this movie is trying to share. Is it a masterpiece of cinema? No. But what it is a very heartfelt film with a very good message about never giving up and protecting what you believe in. Sounds like a family-friendly film, right? Oh no, this movie is dark and depressing. I mean, Mel Gibson is involved. The man made Passion of the Christ, so you should have known this was not going to be a family-friendly movie. I got no sympathy for you if you took your kid to see this. The movie clearly has an R rating for a reason. You're the stupid one for ignoring the rating and taking your kid in the first place. Like, it'll make you depressed to the point of tears. It was very hard to sit through it sometimes. It's also not a movie that is made for easily offended people either. You know who you are. There's some subject matter here, and there are certain things that are said in this movie that will definitely have people's blood boiling. I already know. Seriously, before you go see this movie, do your research. Like I said, I predict there's going to be a lot of people that really hate this film, and on the other side, there's going to be a lot of people that really love this film. I loved this movie, and the story of Father Stu actually managed to touch me to my very core. Like, I understand now. I understand why Mark Walburg wanted to share this man's story. From what I've read and from what I've seen, it seems like Father Stu was loved by thousands of people. And I know this movie's probably not 100% accurate to the events in his life, but I am still very glad that I got to see his tale unfold on the big screen. Guys, in the end, Father Stu was a great movie with a very heartfelt message. It's definitely not a movie meant for everyone, but for what it's worth, I feel like the story of Father Stu will continue to touch millions of people for years to come. Great acting performances from everyone, and I really can't wait to see what Mark Walburg does next with his career. He is a GOAT. Like, he truly is. I'll say Father Stu is definitely worthy of my movie collection. Alright, thank you guys so much for joining me for my review on Father Stu. I feel like this review is going to be a little controversial among people. One, being Mel Gibson, and two, the religious factor. People just look down on the Christian faith a lot these days. I understand why they do it, but at the end of the day, we are all allowed to believe what we want to believe in. So, just be nice, please. But anyway, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new. And as always, this is Nathan Triner. I'm saying peace, and I'll see you guys next time for more Fire Forged movie reviews. Peace out, everybody.